All right, I'm just going to go over how to set up the Baby Trend playpen and bassinet and changing table. It comes with a nice detail-oriented manual. It shows you how to set up everything and all of the hazards and precautions that you need to take while setting up each individual item. All right, so we're going to start off by setting up the bassinet part of the playpen. So what I like to do is attach this pole here and then another pole on the other side so that it is easier to slide into the top of the bassinet. So you want them to look like this, and then make sure that those little handles are facing down when you place it into the bassinet. So there's two little pockets on the side that this pole just slides nicely into, and then there's these little overlaps that you just want to overlap around the pole and then Velcro back onto the bassinet. And this just keeps the poles in there without the liner sliding around. Once you have those all nice and Velcroed, then you will go to the other side and just kind of pull it out so that the poles pop out. And then you will go ahead and you will attach the other curved bar. And again, make sure that those little handles are facing down, so the same way as the other side. And then you just want to attach these. So these poles all just attach by a little ball joint that just pops into a little indent on the other side. And then here you just want to make sure you Velcro those little overlaps again so that it just stays nice and put. Now we're going to attach the bottom rocker bars. So I like to just tip over the bassinet and you can just clip them on both sides. These also just have those little ball joints that just click into the plastic parts there. This is really self-explanatory. It pops in really nice and easily. So these bars here are curved so that the bassinet can rock if that is what you need. You can also pull out these two little black things at the bottom and it'll stop it from rocking. All right, let's set up the changing pad portion of the playpen. All right, so these bars come in 4 different pieces. So what you want to do is just connect the 3 pieces together and then slide it all the way through. And with the curves and stuff, it's a little harder to slide through, but it does slide through fairly easily. Once you have that one all the way slid through, you just want to slide the liner down the pole so that the other pole pops out. And then these ones, again, have the little ball joints that you need to press down and push in so that they lock in place. And then there you go. That one is super easy. All right, let's put together the playpen. I love how compact that it comes. Everything can fit into that one little square thing there. And this thing that wraps up everything is also the playpen mattress pad. So there's no wasted space, nothing extra you have to store once everything is set up. It is super easy to set up. So you start off by clicking up each of the sides. So you want to make sure that each of the sides are clicked up. Once you have them all locked in place and they're not loose or anything like that, push down the center of the playpen and then it is ready to go. All right, let's put the little playmat in the bottom. It just makes it a lot softer and kind of just hides the little handle that you use to set it up. All right, so you can use the playpen like this, or you can add this attachment that makes it a little less deep. So if you have like a child that can't crawl or stand up or anything like that and you want them to have a nap, you can have them sleeping in here without having to bend all the way over and place them in there. So this thing is super easy to put on. Each side has these little handles that clip over the side of the playpen, and they all click in really nice, and you just want to make sure that it's all nice and tight and stretched out. All right, and then you just want to connect these poles that are in there just so that it is laying flat. And once those poles are connected, then what you want to do is you want to place the playpen mat in there. So I just unclicked the sides and I pulled the mat out, and it fits perfectly on top of those bars. And now you can place your child in there for a nap without having to put them all the way at the bottom. All right, let's set up this playpen. So this bassinet here clicks on really nicely on each edge there. So those little handles that you wanted facing down will now click onto the edges of the playpen. All right, so I love that this bassinet has this little shade. It's super easy to click on. On each side, there's 2 poles that are exposed. And so you just click it on there, and then you have a shade for your child. And I love these two little sheep that give your child something to look at while they are laying in there. Okay, so the bassinet comes with this little sound machine. It has the vibrating option, it has music, bird sounds, and then it has a light at the top here. I love this light for like changing diapers and stuff in the middle of the night or feeding or anything like that. It gives you just enough light to not wake up the baby, but get your diaper change done. This change table is super easy to install. Either side of the playpen has something for the ends to click into, and then you are able to flip it up or flip it down whenever you need. So I love that you don't always have to have it up there. So it has buckles on the change table so that you can make sure that your baby stays put and doesn't roll off.